yes. I'll be with you in just a second. I'm working on my daily crossword puzzle. Patience is a virtue, my friend. I'm actually in need of a little bit of help. 4 letters across. The hint is to bind something, bring together, and have it sealed tight. Any guesses? Bond. James Bond. Do my eyes deceive me? If it isn't Agent 007 standing in my Tailor shop. Welcome back to MI6 headquarters, Agent. I trust everything has gone well on your previous missions, seeing as there are no bullet holes in you. Oh, really? In for a new suit. That's a surprise. Deborah, do you mind getting our agent a dry martini? Any requests, Mr. Bond? Typical. Deborah, dry martini. Shaken, not stirred. Same old tricks as always, Mr. Bond. Now, why don't we take a look at exactly what we're working with? I assume you're looking for a new suit, some new gear, and as always, my favorite part, new weapons. Oh, big mission coming up. I do believe Intel debriefed me. I have your files here, but my God, whoever they paired you up with on your last mission absolutely destroyed your look. I mean, Bond, I thought we stopped wearing these in the 20s. This isn't anything I would recommend putting on that beautiful head of hair you have there. Now, before this gives me an aneurysm, I'd be more than happy to get rid of it for you. And this suit jacket. Were they going for doo-doo caca poo-poo brown? Take it off. Oh, no, Bond. No agent of MI6 would be caught dead wearing brown corduroy. While this would be stylish back in the day, I'm afraid we need a little something new age for this specific mission, which I need to debrief you on. You have a second, Bond? Perfect. Now, Mr. Bond, before we go through this mission debrief, I need to let you know, in order for this mission to be a success, I will be replacing every little bit of technology on you. That includes watches, includes identification, phones, pretty much everything you take out onto the field daily. Nothing you haven't dealt with before, Bond, but I can definitely assure you this mission is the utmost important. You're going to want to focus up. And here's a photo of your target. Now, Bond, will you please behave on this mission? We know this is a professional spy of Halpert's, and your mission will be taking place in Halpert's casino. Focus up, Mr. Bond. This is his most deadly spy. She may look the part, but I can guarantee you she will use any tactic in her books to make sure you come home in a body bag. So please, read through her file, understand exactly what you need to know, because the more you know about your enemy, the easier it is to take care of them. Halpert's Casino is where this mission is going to take place. You are going to be playing a lovely little poker game with one, let's see, Mr. Halpert, otherwise known by his alias, Golden Face. Now, no problem, Mr. Bond. You're not going to have to sneak any passes into this event. I was able to get you on the list. Intel was. I pulled up multiple different profiles, and you have a brand new identity. This right here is your form of identification, a passport. Yes, Mr. Bond, you're going out of country this time around. Please study your brand new identity well, as it could mean life or death for this mission. Yes, the only identity we could find that was up for grabs. You're a 25-year-old organ donor from Hawaii. Unfortunately, your name is very peculiar. McLovin. Yes, Mr. Bond, unfortunately, that is the only identity we had on record. McLovin would have been a great man. Unfortunately, he had to go for the sake of our mission. Yes, of course. Let's please get to measuring. This is my most favorite part of the agreement here. As we work on your measurements, I need to ask you, Mr. Bond, how are the wife and kids? Of course. How could I think a 00 agent like yourself could ever settle down? Shoulder width. Thank you, Deborah. Please enjoy the martini, Bond. No need to check for powder, Bond, or give it a sniff. I can assure you if MI6 wanted to take you out, we would have done so by now. But we can't seem to get rid of you now, can we? Arm length. Looking a bit smaller, Bond. Are we not hitting those protein goals? You know, we like to have a little fun with you. Okay, Agent. I'm going to be running you through multiple different jacket types. While we usually allow our designers to put together a perfect outfit for each mission, you have a bit of customization today. Yes, we like to do everything we can to make sure you feel as successful as we are. Here we have multiple different coat colors. Now, each one is going to be made out of a polyester and linen blend. Polyester for that oh-so-sweet flexibility, just in case the mission goes south and you need to crack a couple skulls, of course. Now, between these colors, I'm thinking, how about a royal blue? A bit of a navy as well. Can definitely get you looking tip-top with a color like this. A bit too on the nose. A navy linen suit does scream a look at me now, doesn't it? How about this? Stand out so much that they ignore you. Fire brick red. Something to really show some of that power. Intimidate Mr. Halpert at the table, maybe. Show some aggression. Okay, Mr. Bond, you quite are a hard person to pick for. Oh, you can't be serious. A white linen suit? I'm not sure how to tell this to you, Mr. Bond, but a white suit will make you stick out like a sore thumb. This is an event where most people would be wearing darker colors. White it is, Mr. Bond. Who am I to doubt the wants of the world-famous 00 agent? Okay. Your measurements are being sent to Alfred right now as he puts in your suit order. It should be ready in just a second. Let me go ahead and get your hat measurements, because since we're not in the 20s, you are going to need a new hat. Newspaper boy hats are so out of fashion. Okay, hold still. Bit of a snug fit there, Agent. We don't want it flying off during your somersaults and flying kicks and such. I just wish a lot of you agents wouldn't put so much of a strain on our suits. The amount of material I've gone through with you people is absurd. Yes, Kevlar is expensive. Each suit jacket is coated with a very thin layer of Kevlar armor, able to block any bullet lower than a .50 caliber. We true are living in the future now, aren't we, Mr. Bond? Okay. Suit jacket is put together. If you don't mind, I'm just going to have you choose a watch. One of my favorite moments. Here I'm just rocking a very simple Casio. Tried and true, nothing too fancy, just enough to get me through my day. And you, Mr. Bond, you'll have the choice of very, very special pieces. May I present to you a Q watch? This watch right here is a lovely Ciosa blue-faced with a sapphire glass and very thin bezel. This watch will shout class while matching with that lovely white suit. However, just like all of our watches, each one comes with a set of specialties. This right here can not only track anywhere in the world, for each watch comes with its own tracking device. So, Mr. Bond, if you veer off track, I can see you any place you go. Don't spend too much time at the bar now, Mr. Bond, for this mission is of the utmost importance. Setting the time is extremely easy, works just as any watch does. The date also works just as any watch does. However, through a secret compartment on the side, after adjusting the time to exactly 6:07, you can shoot out a sleeping dart. The second you push down on this time setter, it will shoot that dart out perfectly horizontal into a 20-yard radius. Now, while it's not as strong in shooting far, I can assure you the sleeping potion we have for them on that dart is immediate. It will knock them out instantly. Now, Ciosa is your first option with the sleeping dart. Next up, we have yet another lovely watch. One that is similar to the Ciosa, what we like to call the Ciosa Shore. Another navy blue face with a very nice bezel on the end there, sapphire glass to prevent scratches, and a silver band to make sure we go with that white suit. Now, this one isn't as lovely as the other Ciosa, for it does not have a sleeping dart, but what we like to call the "oh no, I gotta go" dart. Same thing, setting the time over to 6:07 and pushing down on the bezel will shoot out a nauseating dart. Not exactly going to help them sleep, but the subject, or in this case victim, will be overflowed with multiple different feelings of nausea, vomiting, and my favorite, diarrhea. They're going to need to find a restroom or a place to relieve themselves in less than 10 seconds, which would cause them to leave their post or render them vulnerable to an attack. Anything that you need. This one is quite sick, if you ask me. Okay, very peculiar. I like it. Our final watch is something I'd recommend taking out on a beach mission. This one here is an older watch. It's extremely nice. It's an Echo Drive watch, which means it can work through light. Artificial light, natural light charges its batteries, and it's quite literally everlasting. This one here is special with its navy blue face, rose gold colors, and leather band. Now, the cool thing about this one is it has an adrenaline shot in it. This one I'd take anytime you know you're going to have some fisticuffs. Setting the time to exactly 6:0. No, not 607. I'm not sure why you got that notion. If you set this watch to 609, it will inject you, the wearer, with an adrenaline shot, allowing you to bypass almost any poison, because that adrenaline shot does contain a poison cure, an antidote, if you will, to very well-known poisons out there in the world. This one will wake you up and cure you of almost anything someone tries to slip you. So please, Mr. Bond, do your best to not take candy from strangers. So, between all these watches, are you thinking of making someone go night-night? Are you thinking of making someone maybe release their bowels? Or are you looking to go as loud as possible, adrenaline junkie, and fight your way through it? Amazing choice. Sleepy time it is. This one's good for more sneak missions, and if you're looking to go for more of a stealth option, I'd highly recommend it. Your wrist, please, Mr. Bond. Oh, yes, of course. We're getting you prepared now so that you won't have to worry about anything in the future. Oh, look at that color. Beautiful. I couldn't imagine it on anybody else's wrist. Now, how about we go through some more of your gadgets you'll be needing? You have your identification and your watch, but you need some more. If you'll excuse me. We, of course, cannot forget about your shoes. State-of-the-art designs, obviously. We still are working through some kinks to make sure these aren't so noticeable, but let me run you through them. Here we have your knife shoe. A pocket knife attached to the bottom that can be activated at the push of a button. And of course, when you lose your phone or are in a sticky situation, your shoe phone. Let me look at them more in depth with you now. Oh yes, yes, of course. Our spy team has been working night and day to make you the perfect shoe that's not only fashionable, but incredibly useful. They are working through some kinks at the moment, but I can assure you, at the time of your mission, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. All you have to do in order to activate this is either push All you have to do to activate this is just push the button with your finger and the blade will come flying out. It appears our design team taped the blade down and used the wrong knife. It should come shooting out this way. Bond, I'm going to send this one back to the laboratory. I'm sure they'll fix it, but you get the point. If you need to kick your way through a situation, you will have a blade that can come out of the tip of your shoe. I'll have to make note of that. However, the shoe phone, in my opinion, is something that has been put together with such elegance and grace. I mean, look at the shine off the top of that shoe. A well put together heel, nice and stable with a 3-inch booster. That should definitely help you out a bit. And, of course, I couldn't even tell the phone. You can make calls to HQ at the drop of a hat. With the built-in antenna that is not collapsible, you're able to contact anybody at HQ just by dialing 123-456-789. Once you do that, it'll patch you directly to MI6 headquarters. Yes, Deborah, I was just showing him how the shoe worked. Bye-bye. Oh, Mr. Bond, I can guarantee you no one at the casino can tell what you're trying to hide here. Sure, you may walk with a bit of a limp, considering you have a bit more of a booster on this side. Is it too big, a little too obvious for your taste? Fine. We'll remove the phone from the shoe, but that does not mean you are to be without a communication device. Let me let the lab know we are going to need the upgraded equipment ASAP. For the time being, let me show you your Dart phone. Yes, your Dart phone. Now, this right here looks like your average phone. An older model, of course, just to give that extra level of realism. Oh, Bond, trust me, you do not look like the consumerist type. It's not like you need the latest version of every item released. Now, the cool thing about this phone is it's a complete dummy phone. You can turn on the screen, make calls, open up a couple of apps, maybe even play some games. However, this switch on the side is incredibly important to pay attention to. Now, when pushed down the way that it is at the moment, it's completely disengaged. Nothing weird, it's just a normal phone. However, if you put the switch up, as I just did, it is now primed. Now, you can continue doing anything you'd like on the phone, tippy-tapping away, following, subscribing, all stuff like that. But if you so happen to press this lock button on the side here 3 times in rapid succession, out the charger port on the bottom will shoot out a dart. And that's where the fun of the Dart phone comes in. Within the chassis of this is multiple darts. Is option you can make, really. Poison dart for nausea, sleeping dart to help them sleep. We also have a killer dart, deadly dart that will immediately eliminate the person that is injected with it within 30 minutes. Now, it's a slow-acting poison, so you might want to see if you can get a shot off on Mr. Halpert just before you leave. That way no one will suspect you. You'll be out of the room before the crime even happens. I do understand they have intel of their own. They may have a photo of you, Bond, the same way we have a photo of their spy, which means playing the part is going to be of the utmost importance. Your phone agent. Don't even worry. We've prepared for multiple different things. If you were poisoned, you could have had that watch, but since you chose the sleeping watch, which is lovely in my opinion, we are going to have to send you out into the field with these. These right here are antidote pills. Poisons known across the world, disguised as digestive enzymes. If anybody asks why you have these, you just let them know I have an upset tummy. Now, as believable as that may sound, they may still question you. When you open up the bottle, you'll see on the inside every pill looks exactly the same. Not one is different. However, Bond, this is where your training must come in. One of these pills is filled with the antidote. The others, cyanide. I'm just joking with you, Bond. You don't have to worry about any of these. All of them are normal digestive enzymes, except for one. That one being the antidote pill. You just make sure they don't confiscate this, and if anybody tries to poison you, you'll be ready for it. Yes, I was wondering when you would mention that. In the debrief, you do have to get through various levels of security, not just beefy people with guns, but a retinal eye scanner and a fingerprint scanner. Now, the retinal scanner I can't help you with. We had contacts that were working on getting you eye contacts that would match Mr. Halpert's. However, that's going to be up to you. You can knock him out, gouge his eye out, do anything you need to do to get a scan of that retina. You can also use the camera on the back of your phone to see if you can do a 3D scan. However, That's going to be very risky considering you need to be pretty up close in order for it to work. I got the next best thing for the fingerprint scanner. You won't have to worry about getting Mr. Halpert's fingerprint because I got his security guard. Oh, no, we have not paid off the security guard. I quite literally have a piece of his security guard. Now, I still need the lab to clean this up. We got it fresh this morning. But these right here are his fingerprints. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can just hide it in any jacket pocket, and they'll be none the wiser. When you're ready, you unsheath the dismembered hand, and you place it onto the keypad for it to scan the fingerprint. That'll let you through the first level, and after that is the retinal scan. Past the retinal scan, you are home free to all the intel, all the money, and most importantly, the ruby. Yes, Bond, you should know about the ruby. I'll leave this here with you. In the mission debrief, it goes to show that that ruby just so happens to hold the code to the bombs. Yes, the bombs. The ones that are going to explode the entire Earth. The ones that we need to intercept before Mr. Halpert completes his plan. I know hiding something as valuable as codes in something like a ruby would be foolish for anyone to do. However, Mr. Halpert is quite the megalomaniac and has a flair for the flamboyant, the extraordinary. He wants to be able to have a symbol of power, and this ruby is exactly it. Now, if we had the ruby in-house, I'd be more than happy to call off this mission, but this right here is nothing but a replica. Inside are codes of our own to fool Mr. Halpert in thinking he still has the correct codes. Once you make it past that retinal scan, you are going to, oh so carefully, replace the original ruby with our replica version. Mr. Bond, this isn't as simple as a swap. There are going to be lasers, there are going to be guards, there are going to be cameras, and I'm pretty sure the ruby itself is on a weighted pedestal, so the second that weight gets brought off, the alarms sound, lockdown happens, and it's a mission failed. So please, Mr. Bond, when replacing the ruby, do so with the most swiftness. Do it as fast as you can, because one little weight off, even just by a little bit of a gram, will be deadly. We made sure our team weighed this to match the exact specifications of the original ruby, so please do not lose this box. Mr. Bond, how you go about taking all these items to the casino is your plan. You have a briefcase, you have a suit jacket with plenty of pockets. You're the spy. I'm just the one that provides the lovely attire and gadgets. Figure it out, Bond. Good. I have a couple of more items for you, if you'll excuse me. Up for some poker, anybody? A deck of cards inside of a casino might as well be a banana at the grocery store. This will go undetected. A lot of the high rollers there seem to believe in the superstition of good luck. They bring their own cards sometimes, although they are very thoroughly searched and analyzed by the casino. This will pass any inspection, looking like a withered pair of cards that have been used over and over again. A detail our makeup department worked extensively on. All you have to do to trigger a certain message is pull out the ace up your sleeve. This ace right here has a tracking device in it, and that basically signifies the location of a certain Mr. Halpert. Yes, we're going to need you to sneak this into his deck of cards. His lucky deck, of course. He doesn't leave the casino without it, and he doesn't play a game without his specific set of cards. Talk about the house always winning. Now, you are going to put that ace of spades into his deck. This is a replica of his deck. Now, the person you want to, let's just say, eliminate, get rid of, perhaps a certain spy of some sort? Exactly. His professional spy we showed you earlier in the file, you will be giving the Joker card to fit the clown that she truly is. She killed 2 of our agents in our last mission, Mr. Bond. She's dangerous, not to be played with at all. You place the Joker card anywhere on her body, and it will give us the signal and okay to take her out once she leaves her post. Mr. Bond, your cards. Let me get your next gadget for you. Please familiarize yourself with those. You're gonna need to know how to play poker. You have played before, right, Bond? Of course you have. The suavest spy in town has won how much in tournaments? 0. Talk about keeping a low profile, Mr. Bond. Now, for a man as beefy as yourself, I'm sure you're going to need your daily intake of protein. Such a fad of today. Big, beefy people focused on their pectoral muscles, ligaments, and making them as big as possible. I couldn't agree more on the idea of having your very own protein powder. This right here isn't ordinary protein powder. It's deadly, let's just say, deadly powder you can blow into anybody's eyes to render them incredibly blind. And when I mean incredibly blind. This will scar them permanently and should only be used if you are backed into a corner. Bond, we're not villains here, and we're not monsters. We just want to keep our agents safe. So at the drop of a hat, you can open up this powder, blow it in the eyes of any one of your enemies, and they will be rendered completely vulnerable. Yes, be careful, because breathing it in can cause a bit of lung damage as well. I trust you'll be very careful with that. Now, something a bit old school, Bond. Your run-of-the-mill recording device. Now, I know this may be a bit too big for your taste, a bit too clunky, a bit too obvious, but I can assure you this is the best MI6 has to offer. With dual stereo microphones on the end there, you can push this up against a wall and pick up everything that goes through on the other side. The reason why it's so big is there's a lot of technology that goes into audio surveillance. It can pierce through full concrete walls, using sound waves, of course. A heads-up display screen to allow you to calculate the depth, calculate exactly how thick the walls can be. It's a glorified X-ray machine. However, it won't help you see through walls. Just hear and use sound waves to determine exactly how many people can be in the next. If only our team was smart enough to come up with some kind of X-ray vision device. I mean, that would change the game now, wouldn't it, Bond? Wait right here. May I present to you a super spy's best friend? These incredibly basic, average, easy to disguise yourself with X-ray goggles. Now your enemies will have no idea you're looking through walls, looking through their items to see if they conceal a weapon. Look. That's a bit on the nose, isn't it? And they're completely wrecked. We haven't cleaned these since the last mission. Bond, I think you might be onto something. The lenses have the technology, but maybe putting X-ray vision on the front wasn't the best idea. It's okay. I have just the thing. In front of me are 3 different glasses, each lens filled with that X-ray technology. Let's go through both, or all 3, to see which one fits you the best. Here, we have the early 2000s pop star. If you'd like to show up in style, look like you don't care, and act as cool as possible, these are the shades for you. A nice silver plastic fitting, blacked out lenses so no one could see that poker face of yours at the table. It's just one of many options, Bond. Don't fall in love yet. Aviators, fully blacked out. This one here shows that you mean business. You're not here to play any games. You're not here to make any friends. You're here to be stoic, brawny, scary, and aggressive, reflecting back into your enemy's eyes just a look of their own scared expression. One of my favorites because it strikes a lot of fear into your enemies. And finally, the bookworm. Fancier, a lot less aggressive, something that shows you're more of an intellectual. Someone that likes to talk architecture, philanthropy, the environment, statistics, economics, things like that. You can come up with a character that is a bit snotty, even with these. However, it isn't going to let anybody know you can crack their skull at the swift chop of a hand. Really? Between all of these, you want to go with the snotty rich kid? I suppose I can't blame you for going in that direction, Mr. Bond. You have the charm that can fit almost any character. Go ahead and just put those on, and we'll see how they fit. Let me grab your other items. Sometimes touching all these threads makes it to where my hands get a bit dirty. Full of grime, threads, different fabrics. Really makes it hard to stay clean. Would you like some hand sanitizer, Mr. Bond? You would? Lovely. Put out your palm for me. And you're dead, Mr. Bond. Good thing you moved your hand at the last second. This right here isn't your ordinary hand sanitizer. Never trust what anybody is showing you. That's rule number 1. I thought I had you for a second there. A gel. A explosive gel. When rubbed together and brought to the right temperature, it triggers a chemical reaction that brings a countdown to, I'd say, about 10 seconds to get you as far away from as possible from this. It's temperature-based and physics-based, so it's pretty fancy. Yes, you can put this into someone's hands, have them rub it together, and book it as fast as possible, because in less than 10 seconds their hand is going to look like a barbecue. It'll burn through their skin. You can use it as an explosive if enough is used, but it can be used as a very small acid if it's just a drop. I know you, Mr. Bond. I would never hurt those pretty little mittens of yours. I knew that you knew what this was. Hats off to you. Now, be sure to offer that to our good spy friend. I'm sure her hands are dirty from all the blood she's shed. Give her an extra dose. on me. One moment, Bond. Now, what is a fancy event without a little bit of setting spray? Oh, I can assure you, Mr. Bond, there's a lot of people out there that put on cover-up. If you can't have filters in real life, might as well put something on your face to make it look better. No shame here, just gives you a reason to carry this. It's a matte finish spray. Something that people like to spray across their face to give them a nice cover, a nice protection from sweating off all their makeup. However, this also carries a chemical that exposes lasers in the air. A quick spritz or two will be able to show you any laser that may be hidden in the air. Just like that. So if you are suspicious of perhaps a trap in front of you or something you might not be able to get through, I'd give this a spray or two in front of you before taking that step. Of course. Yes, Mr. Bond. I'm sure that will come in handy for you. Is there anything other than these gadgets that you had questions about? Yes. I couldn't help but notice you looking at our weapons. Oh, no, Mr. Bond. I'd be more than happy to show them to you. Usually we like to do that toward the end, but if that trigger finger is itchy, the shooting range is just down the hall. Sure. Yes, of course. Let me grab the first weapon for you. Would you like to start with your primary or sidearm? Primary. Of course. Let me get that. MI6 issued MP5K. This is concealed and small enough to hide in a suit jacket, but packs enough power to be able to take down a whole army of men. Right here, you have yourself an old school mag, standard issue. We have some drum mags out in the laboratory if you'd like to perhaps get an upgrade. However, this only carries about 30 rounds, so you'll have to choose your shots wisely. Okay, got to make sure that's in there. Attached with a complimentary forearm grip, stock looking pretty good, and a standard issue iron sight lens. This gun right here can do a lot of damage in a very small amount of time. Here is the loading mechanism. You can put these with pretty much any bullet you'd like. We offer poison bullets, velocity bullets, hollow point bullets, and armor piercing. Mr. Bond, this will get you through any pickle if the alarms do sound. I'd urge you not to cause a ruckus, please, for the sake of less cleanup. Yes, we can set this to the side for you. Have that ready to go and loaded for the shooting range once you leave here. Now, how about a sidearm? Is there anything that catches your eye? I see you're taking a look at Big Bertha there. While this is a stealth mission, I will show you Big Bertha, but please don't think you're going home with it. Mr. Bond. I can guarantee you, this is not stealthy whatsoever. You can put a silencer on this guy, and I'm sure the next country over will still hear you once you unload. Now, you shouldn't really be working with a gun this size, however. 6 bullets in the chamber, low capacity, high power. This is something that you're interested in. I can definitely pack it in a sort of emergency bag. Something to help you like I said, if those alarms ring-a-ding-ding. Collateral damage 100%, Mr. Bond. If someone's behind the barrel of this gun, or behind the person standing in front of the barrel of this gun, it will shoot straight through and take out multiple targets. Shooting this weapon means you know what you're doing. We don't want any civilian casualties, now do we, Bond? Exactly. Now do me a favor. Be very careful. Yes, you'll be able to shoot the big gun later. But let's focus up. Get you something a little more concealed. Something smaller. I'm afraid not that small. The snub nose you see at the end there isn't exactly what we're looking for. I would say that the other sidearm would fit you perfectly. Not the desert clock. I'm referring to the black M9. 1 second. A full metal body. This right here is an M9 Beretta. Packed full with a 12-round magazine, it can do some damage, and with a silencer attachment, you won't have to worry about noise. While it does pack a punch, Bond, I can assure you the mobility of this is exactly what we're looking for. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, but just the right fit. What do you say? This M9 has gotten us through many missions, and I know you have a knack for it. Nothing like the original. Perfect. Put that up to the side here for you to shoot later. Now, Mr. Bond, you have your weapons. You just need that suit. Yes, of course, Alfred's been working on your suit since I gave him the measurements, and I can assure you, this is going to be one heavy mission for you. Yes, of course. Yes, I do think I have something for that. 1 sec. They have photos of your face, so we're going to have to put you in with a disguise. Right here. State-of-the-art disguise kit. These mustaches here will not be traceable by anyone whatsoever. You slap that on and it's going to look like the most natural mustache you've ever grown. I'm joking, Mr. Bond. Once you finish up here with your clothing, you're going to be going to the laboratory where they're going to be creating what we like to call a realism mask. What's a realism mask? Let me pull it up for you. Here. If you can take a look at the monitor, these masks are made of the highest quality silicone that are there made to disguise your identity while looking completely natural. These form to your lips, your nose, your ears, even your eyelids. It's a brand new technology, Mr. Bond, that not even the general public knows about. You'll be completely fine in complete disguise, and it can be disengaged anytime. Just please be careful when you're out there. They know the way you speak. They know your charm. Try out some different pickup lines. Not the tried and true ones they will recognize you with. I'm sure you'll find a way through it all, Mr. Bond. You always do. But until then, please see Alfred. He has your coat for you. And please, don't forget to smile. It'll help charm them, and they won't suspect a thing. Of course, Mr. Bond. Always happy to help. Stop by any time. Bye-bye now.